I was going to do a video today, 5 stocks for $5,000. Then I was thinking 10 stocks for $10,000. And then I decided not to do that. 5 stocks or 1 stock for $1,000 a month. You might not be able to believe that you'll be able to get $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month. But you can believe in $100 a month or $10 a month until you get your way up to, you can start at 10 and then you work your way up to 100 and then you work your way up to 1,000. For the 10, what you can do for $10 a month is get 25 shares of ORC. ORC's current price is $7.83 at the close of the market today. At the end of the close of the market, it was $7.83. So 25 shares at $7.83 will get you $10 a month. But you don't want $10 a month. You want $1,000 a month. But for $1,000 a month, you need 6,250 shares of ORC. If you get 625 shares of ORC, you get $100 a month. ORC is $7.83 currently. So if it's $7, $8, $9, $10, you can see yourself eventually getting 6,000 shares. But if you can't see 6,000 shares, can you see 62? Can you see 6 shares? You may not have a lot of money right now, but you want to get 1,000 a month. The different stocks that I was looking at that are at around 20% or a little more than 20%. ACP right now is got a 10 cents a share, 10 cents dividend. Its yield is 19.54% as of the close of the market today. 19%, almost 20%. If I were going to start, I would not start with that stock at this time. ACP, I would hold off. I have shares of ACP right now. ARR, Armor Realty, is 25.45%. It's got a 40% yield. If you want $1,000 a month, you need 2,500 shares. 2,500. Is that $100 or is that $1,000? 10,000 would be 1,000. 2,500 would be 1,000. Yeah. ARR. If you want to buy ARR at a 25.45% yield, if you say, well, what was the stock price closed at? It was $18.77. ARR closed at $18.77 according to Vanguard at 40 cents. The yield is 24.45. ACP was, let me go through the ones that I chose. CLM, Cornerstone, and CRF, Cornerstone. CLM has a dividend yield of 0.1228 cents per share. It's 23.47. It costs $7.88. CRF costs $7.78, and its yield is 20.47. And as I said, Orchard Island Capital has a 16 cents a share yield, 24.52. And its closing price as of today was $7.83. So what do you want? If you want $1,000 a month, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can buy enough shares of one stock that'll bring you $1,000 a month. If you bought 10,000 shares of ACP at the price was $6.11, you'd make $1,000 a month. You might not want to buy 10,000 shares of one stock. I don't blame you. If you had 10,000 shares of one stock, you could be using a bunch of those stocks for something called the covered call, and you could be making more money on the covered calls than you could be on the yield sometimes. Sometimes not. No, you'd be making more money on the yield, but the covered calls would give you an additional source of income. So at this point, we're looking at cheat sheet. So say I want $250 worth of to come in from ARR, Armor Realty. Okay, ACP is Aberdeen. ARR is Armor Realty. CLM is Cornerstone. CRF is Cornerstone. and ORC is Orchard Island Capital. So you take, if you're trying to get $1,000 a month, and you get 4 stocks at $250 a month, or you get 5 stocks at $200 a month. Now, you may not have a lot of money, so the best way that I would do it if I were doing it, and I am doing it, but if I were trying to start from scratch, and I picked the 5 stocks, I might buy 1 share of ARR, 1 share of ACP, 1 share of CLM, and 1 share of CRF, and 1 share of ORC. And once I have all 5 stocks, or if I chose 4 stocks, I would leave ACP or Aberdeen out. But if I would have Aberdeen, Armor, Cornerstone, and Orchard, and you say, well, why you got 2 Cornerstone? They're closed-end funds, and the yields, sometimes CRF has a higher yield than CLM, but you have to watch the market. When the price of the CLM goes a little higher and the price of CRF goes a little lower, CRF's yield sometimes passes CLM's yield. So I'll buy some CRF when it's on sale. When the yield is higher than CLM, I buy CRF. When CLM's yield is higher, then I'll buy CLM. So when you have these 5 stocks, what you can do if you are wanting to maximize your gains is wait for the dip. Say you have $100 a week that you can put aside, or even $100 a month, or $20, or whatever you have. Say you have $100 a month. And then the day that you want to buy your shares, on the 1st or the 3rd or whatever day of the month that is, you look and see which of the stocks right now has a higher yield. So you would buy more shares of that one and less shares of the other. You say, well, why not just buy all one? Different stocks have different pay dates, and different pay dates can be used to maximize your gains, because you have something called an X date, where if you buy the stock after this, on the day before this, if you buy it on this day or the day before, you get the dividend. When you do that, the dividend pays you on a certain date. Now, if you take the money that you make on that dividend on that date and buy another stock that's before its X date, and if they're 2 weeks apart, it doesn't work if it's a month apart. If they're 2 weeks apart, if you line it up just right, one stock will help you buy another stock, and that second stock will help you buy the first stock. It takes a little planning, and it takes a bunch of stocks for you to take a look at. You might be able to line up 2 stocks that will continue to do that. So, you buy one stock and then do it before the X date, and then it pays before the X date of the other stock. And then you can do that, and you'll maximize your gains. You're not going to double your income, but you'll increase your income. Unless it's a really good yield, and unless it's a really good stock. It all depends on the math. So if you have 5 stocks, in this case, the 5 stocks I'm looking at are ACP, ARR, CLM, CRF, and ORC. I own 30 shares of ORC currently, and 25 shares right now of ARR. ARR only brings me $10 a month, and ORC, I didn't do the calculation, but it's 16 cents times 30, whatever that is. So when you have enough, if you want to get $1,000 a month, let's just shoot for 100. First, shoot for 10. If you want to get $10 a month and you want to do it with ARR, you need 25 shares. Once the market opened, it was $21.15, I think, after the reverse split. And now the current price is already dropped to $18.77. The yield is going up on ORC. I will load up on our ORC right now. I get dividends. Overall, my dividends are $797 and change a year, according to my Fidelity. I've been taking the dividends and using it to buy ORC after I'd already bought enough of ARR. At the time, ARR was a lower price, and I had 125 shares. After the reverse split, I have 25. But to get to $1,000 a month, 5 stocks will get you there. ARR, ACP, CLM, CRF, or ORC. Now, if you want to eliminate ACP because the yield is too low, I would look at in the wings, because even though it's all 19.54% now, you can put in a limit order for when it's over 20%. A limit order is you take the price that you want to pay, and if it hits that price, you'll buy it. But you need the money in your account for that. So I would want all my stocks that I'm purchasing to hit that goal to be 20% or higher. Now 19.54% is pretty close to 20%, and I might just include it. But since I have some that are paying 25, 24, 20.47, and 24.52% at the close of the stock today, it'd be easier to load up on the ones that are higher. But it's up to you. 4 stocks at $250 a month, or 5 stocks at $200 a month. However you want to do it. And if you're scared of the numbers, just do a little at a time. Just do a little bit at a time, and you'll get there. I used to be making more than $1, $2, $3. I think it was like $300 or $400 a month in yield, in dividends. And then I liquidated it for my girlfriend at the time. I'm not doing that anymore. So if you have any questions, put it down below. Like, subscribe, and share the video. Right now I have, as of this video, it was 64 subscribers. It was 63 before. It went down to 62. Now it went up to 63, 64. Like, share, and subscribe. I need to get to 1,000 so I can monetize. When I get monetized, I'll have more information for more people. But right now, if you're trying to get to 1,000 a month, you can do that. You can do that with 1 stock. If you used ACP or Aberdeen, it will take you 10,000 shares. 10,000 times 6 is $60,000. That's a lot of money. But if you do it a bit at a time, it's okay. As I said, I would rather spread it over 4 or 5 stocks. It's up to you whether you want 4 stocks or 5 stocks. So as of this time, ACP, Aberdeen, it closed at 611. ARR closed at 1877. CLM at 788. CRF at 778. And ORC was 783. And the yields, the dividends were 10 cents for ACP, 40 cents for ARR. CLM was 0.1228. CRF was 0.1173. And Orchard was 16 cents. And the yield for ACP was 19.54. ARR was 25.45. CLM was 23.47. Cornerstone, the other Cornerstone, CRF, 20.47, and then Orchard finally was 24.52. So there's the stocks that you could look at. There's the stocks that you can invest if you want to. If you don't. If you have a financial advisor, have him take a look at the plan and figure it out with him or her. If I had these 5 stocks, that would be the quickest way to get to $1,000 a month if you have money coming in from a job, or if you have a side gig, or however you get your money. So once you start investing, if you decide to invest and you start making this passive income, use the dividends to buy more stock. That's what I do. And if you don't want to do that, you want to live off the dividends, you can do that too. I don't recommend it. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. And any questions you have below, go ahead. If you want a particular stock analyzed, go ahead. Send that information to me. One of the persons that I did a MVRL, my very real lady, said that she realized that I did that for her. And I did. So if you have a stock you want to take a look at, you think it's a high yield or an ETF or an ETN or whatever it is, I'll take a look at it maybe, and maybe I'll have a video for you. Have a great day. Put your questions down below. and I'll talk to you when I talk to you.